I'm glad this fight didn't drag on. Gary Russell, 126-pound champion, WBC, knocks out Patrick Hyland. Yes, Patrick Hyland, who in the second round. Patrick Hyland is ranked at the very bottom of the WBC as far as who you can fight if you're a WBC champion in any division. When you're a champion of a sanctioning body, whether it's the WBC, WBA, IBF, or the WBO, you can only defend your title against champions that are ranked in the top 15. Guess where Patrick Hyland is ranked? Number 15. Now, in a way, you can say, well, Gary Russell hasn't fought in 386 days since he beat Johnny Gonzalez for the belt. He's been injured. Another card that he was supposed to fight on. Patrick Hyland landed, 14 of 55 jabs for Gary Russell. You know, it's no reason of reading this shit. I'm going to tell you what happened. Gary Russell is fast as fuck. Super fast. Maybe one of the fastest boxers in boxing as far as hand speed is concerned. Now, he has some issues. We saw what Vasyl Lomachenko did to him, but Patrick Hyland stood no chance. He stood no chance. When he should have held after the first knockdown, he got up and just stood right there and allowed Gary Russell to hit him with nice, clean shots. The question now is, where does Gary Russell go? I want to listen to his post-fight interview with Jim Gray and see what he says. And then we're going to talk about where he'll likely go. Don't believe that Vasyl Lomachenko bullshit.
In fashion, let's go to Jim Gray. All right, Marlon, thank you very much, Gary, so much for ring rust. That was a quick performance. Obviously, you have to be pleased.
Of course. First and foremost,
Thank
everybody back at home that's at the fight party. My mother, I love you. To my babies, Harmony and Gianna, Daddy got the W.
Why were you so effective so quickly?
Ain't no Watsons there to correct him.
We put the work in, we train hard.
They was at the Spence fight.
Every day by my dad. I feel like I'm the worst fighter sometime leaving the gym. But we're our worst critics. We push ourselves to the limit, and that's why we got the win tonight.
You probably felt you weren't going to be pushed, but did you expect that it would be this quick and this easy?
No, you never know what to expect in a fight like this. That's the purpose of training camps. You know, we prepared for the duration of the fight. We was ready to go 12 rounds, long and hard if they had to. We executed a level of defensive discipline. We stuck to the game plan. We stayed sharp, stayed behind the jab, kept them at bay. You know, I was able to capitalize on his mistakes.
So now we'll look forward. Leo Santa Cruz, Lee Selby, perhaps trying to avenge Lomachenko. What would you like to do? All of that?
Definitely all of the above. We would love to get the fight against Lee Selby and unify. We'll also love to face Leo Santa Cruz. But please, if you're watching this fight, Lomachenko, you got to see me. It's going down.
You believe he'll wait at the weight, or he says he's moving on?
It doesn't matter what weight these fights. I don't care if he moves up to 147 pounds. I will follow him to whatever weight that he's in.
Okay.
To get that fight.
Okay.
And there are a lot of other attractive fights, as we just mentioned. If Lomachenko doesn't want it as much as you do, Selby next, maybe?
Of course. Lee Selby or Leo Santa Cruz, whichever one.
Great, congratulations. Good to see you back in the ring.
Thank you.
We have all been very deeply saddened by the past.
I think that at this point in time in Gary Russell's career, it should be nothing but unifications and big fights. I like what he did as far as, you know, making the open statement and making sure that he called out Vasyl Lomachenko for the rematch. But let's face it, it's too much political bullshit involved for a Lomachenko versus Gary Russell, to happen unless, there's another forced mandatory situation. Because Top Rank, being Lomachenko's promoter, and Al Heyman being the manager, promoter advisor of Gary Russell, but I want to see the fight. Now, when it comes to Leo Santa Cruz has verbally agreed to fight Cole Frampton. Cole Frampton has been stripped of one of his 122-pound titles, and it's pretty much known now that Cole Frampton is going to be moving to 126 pounds and fighting Leo Santa Cruz sometime this summer. So maybe Gary Russell can get the winner of that fight. Maybe Gary Russell could get the winner of Abner Maris, Jose Cuellar, if the WBC allows them to unify that lower WBA belt. Remember, Leo Santa Cruz is the WBA champion, WBA Super World champion. The Lee Selby fight can be made, but will Lee Selby come over here? Compared to a Gary Russell versus Lee Selby would be a bigger fight over in the UK. They're so many variables. Also, will Gary Russell stay at 126 pounds? So will he stay active? Now, one good thing about Gary Russell is before he got injured, he fought 4 fights in 14 months. And then after, Johnny Gonzalez, like I said, he's got injured. He had his fight rescheduled. And it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here. I think that he should fight again, maybe August or September, depending on who it is. I don't know if he can headline his own card. Now, his mandatory situation, and let me pull this up real quick. Let me read off the names as far as he can potentially fight if it's not a unification. Now, you got Oscar Valdez and Josh Warrington, who just won today. Maybe the WBC might order them two to fight, and the winner would get Gary Russell, because I don't think Gary Russell is going to be holding on that belt too much longer before the WBC orders him to fight somebody, because of the fact that, well, he's been injured, and he's pretty much had the title for just over a year without defending it. So here's the WBC rankings. They haven't been updated, within the last week, but Oscar Valdez, number 1. Josh Warrington, number 2. Joseph Diaz, number 3. All 3 of these fighters are good. Ronnie Rios, number 4. Number 5, Robinson Castellanos. Number 6, Andres Gutierrez. Number 7, Satoshi Asano. Number 8, Christian Majerez. Number 9, Heron Sakaras. Number 10, Fernando Montiel. Number 11, Sapiwe Vieca, very good fighter. Number 12, Claudio Marrero. Number 13, Hisashi Yamagasa, who just lost to Josh Warrington today. Number 14, Kinko Martinez. And, of course, number 15, Patrick Hyland. Now, when you go any lower than that, and, of course, since Patrick Hyland lost and Hisashi Yamagasa lost, they'll drop off of the WBC rankings because how low they're ranked. After number 15, number 16, 17, 18, 19, it's just, there's really no big fights out there unless it's a unification. Unless he fights, a Valdez, a Josh Warrington, a Joseph Diaz, or, Ronnie Rios. There's really not too much out there for Gary Russell. So I'm thinking, listen, go for the Lee Selby fight and, go to the UK, maybe. I think he can beat Lee Selby. Go to the UK, make some big money, or, fight Leo Santa Cruz. Wait it out and fight the winner of Leo Santa Cruz versus Lee Selby. I don't know. But I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Follow me on Twitter. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box. Please subscribe.